I built this business the old-fashioned way. Hard work and a whole lot of spreadsheets.
Yeah, about that, I upgraded us to Odoo. Odoo puts everything we need, sales, inventory, accounting, on one connected platform. No more juggling systems, no more headaches.
So it all works together?
Exactly.
Odoo is the all-in-one business software that makes running and passing on a business easier than ever. Take your business into the next generation. Try Odoo free at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Normal life gets loud quietly. A school email, a dentist bill, group text you muted then kept mentally checking anyway, a calendar invite you accepted 2 months ago because future you seemed available. Future you, as usual, was wildly overconfident. Then Friday comes and your brain still has 37 browser tabs open. That's the clutter I want to talk about today. Welcome back to the Mitten Dad Show. The invisible kind, the stuff you can't donate, shove into a closet or pretend you handled because you moved it from the kitchen counter to the desk. By the end of this episode, you'll have a 4-step system for getting that mental clutter out of your head and into a place your life can actually use. I call it calm infrastructure because calm is built. You build it with places, rules, habits, and boundaries that hold some of the weight for you. And when those things are missing, your brain becomes the unpaid project manager for every tiny unresolved thing in your life. That's exhausting. And the worst part is that it can look completely normal from the outside. You're working. You're parenting, you're answering texts, you're even remembering the weird Spirit Week schedule at school, which somehow always seems to require more logistical planning than a NASA launch. You're doing life, but inside everything feels loud. A lot of us call that being busy. I think a lot of the time it's actually attention with no home. Your attention is scattered across unfinished things. The bill, the reply, the appointment, the project even, the idea, the thing you meant to order, the thing you forgot to cancel, the thing you keep remembering at 10:43 p.m., which is obviously the worst possible time to remember anything. That's normal life clutter. It's not always dramatic. It's just, it keeps taking tiny bites out of your day. And tiny bites add up. The problem hiding under the problem is that when life feels mentally cluttered, the default advice is usually some version of be more disciplined, focus harder, wake up earlier, make a better list, download another app with a clean logo and the emotional promise of becoming a different person by Thursday. I've tried that. You probably have too. And so the issue usually isn't effort. The issue is load. You're carrying too much.
Whether you're firing up the grill at a local bistro or uploading your next viral video, there is one thing every business owner has in common. You can't afford to be offline. If you are connected, you are making sales, talking to clients, or managing your team. That is where Spectrum Business comes in. They keep businesses of all sizes connected seamlessly with fast, reliable internet, advanced Wi-Fi, phone, TV, and mobile services. You need technology that adapts as fast as you do without breaking your budget. What really sets Spectrum Business apart is their commitment to being there when it counts. They offer 100% US-based customer support, available 24/7. They're ready to help you stay up and running. It's no wonder millions of business owners rely on Spectrum every single day to power their dreams. Get the reliability your hard work deserves. Visit spectrum.com/business to learn more and find a package built specifically for your business needs. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas. Visit spectrum.com/business for details.
In your head, and your brain is terrible storage, but it's great at noticing patterns, making jokes at the wrong time, worrying about a noise your car made 3 days ago, and randomly remembering a song from 2004. But storage? Terrible. Your brain drops things, duplicates things, exaggerates things, and then sends you a reminder at bedtime like, hey, remember that mildly important thing you forgot to do? Helpful. But so the first move is getting the invisible stuff out where you can see it. That's where the system starts. The system has 4 moves. First is capture, then reduce, then schedule, then protect. So for capture, it gets it out of your head. Reduce makes the load smaller. Gives your brain a receipt. Protect keeps recovery from getting eaten alive. So let's go ahead and go through them now. For capture, just get it out of your head. Most normal life clutter starts as a loose end. Reply to that, pay that, ask about that, figure that out. Later, remember that idea. Check if we have paper towel. None of these things are huge by themselves. But 80 tiny open loops can still make a heck of a lot of noise. Capture means every loose end goes somewhere outside your head. Say, a notes app, a notebook, a whiteboard, a single inbox. The tool matters way less than the rule. So if it matters, it gets captured. That's it. Pretty simple, huh? No perfect system, no aesthetic dashboard, high Notion, and with that, no Notion cathedral with 14 databases and a progress bar that somehow makes you feel worse. Just one trusted place. The first one is simple. Your brain stops scanning because that scanning is the part that drains you. You're washing dishes, but part of your mind is trying to remember if you paid the bill. You're playing with your kid, but part of your mind is replaying the message you still haven't even answered. You're watching a show, but your brain is quietly sorting tomorrow. That's not rest. That is what we call administrative fog wearing sweatpants. Capture cuts through that. So you go ahead, write it down, you put it where it belongs. Your brain gets to clock out from storage duty, and sometimes that alone can help create relief. The work finally has a place to live.
I built this business the old-fashioned way. Hard work and a whole lot of spreadsheets.
Yeah, about that, I upgraded us to Odoo. Odoo puts everything we need, sales, inventory, accounting, on one connected platform. No more juggling systems, no more headaches.
So it all works together?
Exactly.
Odoo is the all-in-one business software that makes running and passing on a business easier than ever. Take your business into the next generation. Try Odoo free at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
So next up, you go ahead and reduce. Decide what actually belongs. So as you remember, capture creates space, but if you dump 100 things into a list and you never sort it out, you've basically moved a junk drawer into your phone. Now the clutter has a password. Great. Reduce means you look at the list and make decisions. So what actually matters? What is a real deadline? What's just loud? What belongs to someone else? What can wait? What can, say, die quietly without a formal funeral? This part matters because vague obligations feel heavier than clear ones. So say things like deal with insurance stuff. Feels awful. Call Insurance Friday at 10 and ask about the claim. Feels annoying, but it's smaller. Clean the house feels endless. Clear the kitchen counter before dinner has edges. And so with that, a task with edges is easier to carry. A vague task leaks into everything. So reduce the list until it has shape. Sometimes that means deleting things. Sometimes it means shrinking them. Sometimes it means, say, admitting I'm keeping this because I feel guilty, not because it needs to happen. That is a useful sentence. Painful occasionally, but useful. You're allowed to remove things from the list. You're allowed to lower the bar. You're allowed to decide that good enough is the correct setting for this season of life. Especially, say, if you're parenting, working, creating, trying to stay married, trying to stay healthy, and also somehow also supposed to know when the furnace filter was last changed. Do you remember to do that? Nobody has clean mental counters under that kind of load. So go ahead and reduce the list. Give the real things room. Next up, schedule. Give your brain a receipt. Here's where a lot of systems that are out there tend to fall apart. So you captured the task, you reduce the list, then everything sits there under a label called later. Your brain hates later. Later is fog. Later is where tasks go to grow teeth. So if something matters, give it a time. It doesn't have to be perfect. Say Thursday at 2:30. Saturday morning, a 15-minute block after lunch, a recurring Friday reset. The point is the promise. Your brain wants evidence that the thing will be handled. Say a calendar block is evidence, a specific day is evidence, a reminder with a real verb is evidence, or even object-oriented productivity. Car stuff is not enough. Call Bell Tire about the slow leak is better. Content planning is not enough. Outline 3-episode ideas before lunch is better. Money is not enough. That doesn't tell us anything. But review subscription Sunday at 7:30 is a lot better. Specificity calms the system because now your brain can stop rehearsing the same unresolved thing over and over. That rehearsal is expensive. It burns attention without producing anything. It's like, say, paying rent on a storage unit full of cardboard boxes you refuse to open. So go ahead and schedule the thing. Give it a container. Let your brain see the receipt. Next up is protect. Recovery needs a fence. So the last move is protect. This is where the whole thing either holds up or collapses because you can capture, reduce, and schedule beautifully, then let the day bulldoze every single recovery window you even thought to have. That's how you end up organized and still cooked, as the kids say. Protect means recovery gets treated like part of the system, a hard stop time, a notification boundary, a 10-minute reset after the kids go down for the night, a walk without turning it into a phone call, a block of time where you are unavailable to the endless conveyor belt of tiny requests. And yes, that can feel selfish, especially if you're a parent, especially if, say, you're the person everyone treats like the family operating system, but recovery is maintenance. You would not run your car for 10 years and call oil changes self-care. You'd call them required. Your brain and body need the same respect. Protecting recovery doesn't have to be dramatic. So start small. No phone, say, for the first 10 minutes after waking up. No email after a certain time. No open-ended scrolling after the kids go to bed. One block a week where you process the admin pile instead of letting it stalk you from room to room. The goal is to create a few places where life can't keep grabbing at you, because if everything has access to you all the time, calm never gets a chance to land. A normal morning rebuilt. Let's make this practical. Picture a normal morning. You wake up, you say, grab your phone. Now you're in it. Email, weather, say a text, a headline, a notification from an app you forgot you even downloaded 5 months ago. Someone needs something. Someone posted something. Something is on sale. Something is due. You haven't even stood up yet, and your attention has already been chopped into confetti. That morning is going to feel loud. Now picture a different version. Say, you wake up. Your phone stays down for 10 minutes. You open one trusted list. You see the stuff that you already captured. You pick the 2 things that matter today. You schedule the one thing that can't happen today. We'll say you go ahead and leave the rest where it belongs. See, same life, same responsibilities, but different structure. And that structure changes how the day hits your nervous system. You're no longer starting from reaction. You're starting from ownership. And that word is what matters, ownership. Because normal life clutter usually comes from responsibilities without owners, containers, or time. A task with no owner becomes background anxiety. Think about that, background anxiety. A task with no container becomes mental clutter. A task with no time becomes a ghost. It follows you around. Capture gives it a place. Reduce gives it a size. Schedule gives it a time. And protect gives you enough recovery to keep doing this like a human being. The 20-minute reset is what I would do after this episode. With that, go ahead and set a timer for 20 minutes. No heroics, no hero's journey, no life overhaul. No buying a planner because it has thick paper and makes you believe in yourself for 6 minutes. Just 20 minutes. So for the first 5 minutes, capture. Write down every loose end that you can think of, say bills, calls, texts, say appointments, ideas, household stuff, kids stuff, work stuff, that weird thing you keep meaning to look up. And then the next 5 minutes, channel that for reduce. Cross off anything that doesn't actually need to happen. Circle the things with real consequences. Shrink anything vague that you don't understand. Say fix garage can become throw away the broken scooter. Get finances together can become look at subscriptions. Figure out content can become draft your next episode hook. And then the 5 minutes after that, go ahead and pick for scheduling. Pick times for the real stuff. Even rough times help. Say Friday morning, Sunday night, tomorrow after lunch or during your lunch break. A real time can help beat out a mental maybe. And then for your final 5 minutes can be used for protect. Choose one boundary for the week. Just one. No notifications during deep work. No phone during the first cup of coffee. Turn on that do not disturb mode. And then have a hard stop at 8:30. A 10-minute reset after bedtime before you become a couch-shaped zombie with a glowing rectangle. And then pick one fence. Build it. The real win here is not a perfect system, but perfect systems usually collapse, say, the first time a kid gets sick, a meeting runs long, or dinner becomes cereal because the day got weird. Nothing wrong with breakfast for dinner. The win is a system that catches you, a place for loose ends, a way to sort the noise, a habit of putting time around what matters, a boundary that protects enough recovery to help keep going. That is what is known as calm infrastructure, built piece by piece. You know, it can be a little ugly sometimes, but still practical just the same. Probably with, say, a half-dead marker on a whiteboard somewhere, but it works because it removes the burden from your head. And with that, your head was never supposed to carry all of it. Your brain is for living, for noticing your kid's face when they tell you a story, for making something, for solving the problem in front of you, for being present in that tiny slice of life you're actually standing in. It was never meant to be a junk drawer, calendar, inbox, reminder app, guilt machine, and emergency dispatcher all at once. So make sure to start small, capture those loose ends that are hanging out there, reduce the list, schedule the real things, and protect one recovery window. That's enough for today. And with that, if this hit, say, a little too close, I'll put together a calm infrastructure checklist in the show notes. Use it this week. Try it for 20 minutes. There's also a link in the show notes to subscribe to my parent newsletter, Mitten Dad Minute, which is my newsletter for busy parents and creators who want calmer systems, better ideas, and fewer of those tabs open in their brain. And if this episode helped you out, please go ahead and do me a favor. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, leave a 5-star review, or even on Spotify, where you can also tap the 5-star rating. And then if you're watching over on YouTube, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stick around for more. It's one of the best ways to help me build up discovery here. And then tell me, what's the loudest piece of normal life clutter in your week? Is it, say, a bill, a text, a pile of papers, a decision, household spring project? Go ahead and drop it in the comments or send it to me, and I'll help translate it into a system, because at the end of the day, calm is infrastructure and you can build it. Thanks for watching.
Whether you're firing up the grill at a local bistro or uploading your next viral video, there is one thing every business owner has in common. You can't afford to be offline. If you are connected, you are making sales, talking to clients, or managing your team. That is where Spectrum Business comes in. They keep businesses of all sizes connected seamlessly with fast, reliable internet, advanced Wi-Fi, phone, TV, and mobile services. You need technology that adapts as fast as you do without breaking your budget. What really sets Spectrum Business apart is their commitment to being there when it counts. They offer 100% US-based customer support, available 24/7, They're ready to help you stay up and running. It's no wonder millions of business owners rely on Spectrum every single day to power their dreams. Get the reliability your hard work deserves. Visit spectrum.com/business to learn more and find a package built specifically for your business needs. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas. Visit spectrum.com/business for details.